Welcome to our Devos. We are talking this week about sharing without fear. Sharing without fear. And it was interesting. I was at an event last night I do some business work on the side, and it was a huge networking event all through Pittsburgh. There were tons of people. And I went there because I was promoting the business that I run, my consulting stuff and coaching. And I was talking to all these other businesses and business leaders and CEOs and owners. And one of the things that I noticed that people kept saying when they would be talking to you, if you'd be making small talk or conversation, eventually the conversation would come to a halt and they would say something like, "Who are you here representing? You are here on whose behalf? What company are you here for?" Not just you're not here just because you're hanging out in the middle of this hotel for no reason, but you're here because there's some sort of an agenda that you have, some sort of a desire that you have. What are you here for? And I thought about this Good Friday season, and I think one of the reasons why so few of us care to share the gospel and to reach out to others is we forget what our role is. And you forget what your role is on a day-to-day basis. Whether you want to admit it or not, you are an ambassador. An ambassador. You are someone who is sent on someone else's behalf. This is our ministry of reconciliation. We are ambassadors for Christ. So this isn't a question of, if you're a Christian, it's not a question of, well, I'm a Christian, but I'm not sure if I'm an ambassador. No, it's not a question of whether or not you're an ambassador. The Bible says you are. The question is, are you an effective ambassador? Are you a good ambassador? Or are you someone who is not being responsible with the message that God has given you? That's the question. It says in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 20, "Therefore we are ambassadors for Christ, God making his appeal through us. We implore you on behalf of Christ, be reconciled to God." Paul says, look, we're the messengers. We are here because it's our job to let you know what Christ's message is. It's his message, not ours. We don't write the mail, we deliver it. We're not the ones who are responsible for the conversion. We're the ones that are responsible for setting the table. And so as ambassadors, we have to take that responsibility seriously. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be a theologian, but what it means is you have to take the role that God has given you. There are people in your lives right now that God has placed there strategically because he knows that you're the one who can reach them. He knows that you're the crucial part of that chain. Now, I don't believe for a second that it all depends on you. But what I believe is that God has called you to be an ambassador. And he wants you to take part in this thing called the church. I mean, think about it. God could have changed the world any way he wanted to. He could have called people out of darkness in any way that he has chosen to. And the way that he has chosen to is through the church. Through the church reaching out, through the church doing what the church has been called by God to do, and that is be the ambassadors of Christ for the message. So my question is, are you a good ambassador? Do you see opportunities in your life to share with people that do not know Christ? This is your moment. This is your season. Invite them to Good Friday. We have a couple weeks and we're going to be able to experience what it's like to see people come to Christ in droves, and we have that every year. Don't lose sight of that. This is the opportunity you have before you to show that you're being a wise manager of your role as ambassador.